Welcome back in. Fitz the Bill rolling right along on this Friday morning. I'm Jack Fitzpatrick, joined now Coach Sean O'Regan following a 79-52 win in the Sun Belt Championship game for JMU women's basketball against Troy. Coach, thank you so much for taking some time. How has this last week been since winning it on Monday?
Oh man, it's unbelievable. I'm just so happy for our players. They worked so hard, man. They bought into the highest level. And I'm so glad they got to experience that. And actually one of the best parts about the Sun Belt is the time between the championship and the selection show. You got basically 6 days, right? Where the CAA, we used to win the CAA on Sunday, and the selection show was like right then. And man, you had a quick turnaround, so you celebrated, but it was instantly like, where are we going? Who are we scouting? This has been great. We get to just kind of marinate in it for a little bit. So it's been a great couple of days. We got vibes are high around here. Vibes are high around here. I'll tell you that.
So with that much time off, you guys don't know your next opponent. Like, it could be quite literally a ton. Like, are you looking at bracketologies like we are and going, all right, well, it could be, Kenny Brooks, Kentucky. It could be this team. It could be that team. Are you looking at that like we are? Or are you just really marinating in the moment?
No, I promise you. Now, people have hit me. A lot of people have hit me because Charlie Kareem and bracketology does have us matched up with Kenny, which would be a cool story and all that, of course. But to me, man, my whole philosophy with our conference tournament started with, like, hey, who do you want to win, Marshall or South Alabama? I don't care. Hey, who do you want to win, Troy or Arch State? Man, I don't care. And I'm going to approach this the same thing. Like, I don't care where you send me. I don't care what the seed is. I don't care who we play. Like, man, let's go. We're doing this. We're going all in. So, of course, I would love a 12 or higher because now you're playing a neutral site game, which is a huge benefit in the women's college basketball, right? In men's, it's all neutral. But in women's, the top 16, top 4 seeds in each bracket host, which is a disadvantage, right? When we went and played Ohio State, it's like you got 9,000 people rooting against you. I would love to go neutral site, but man, I'm not going to campaign for it. It's like, all right, we're doing it or we're not doing it. But that's kind of where I'm at, man. Is I'm really more of just, man, bring it on. I'm more sitting here. We're going to practice today and tomorrow just to get them moving. But we're just anticipating where what could be, man. Is like, hey, doesn't matter to us. Let's go play. Let's go hoop.
Coach O, JMU women's basketball head coach, joining us this morning. And compare this week to this year to this week last year, because last year you guys were campaigning a little bit to get that at-large spot. Unfortunately, whatever the committee decided, you guys didn't do enough to get that at-large. And now you're in, so you are able to kind of sit back, kind of compare and contrast a little bit.
Yeah, let's start with just losing in general, right? I'm a super competitive person, like as much as you'll ever meet. So just the loss is enough for me with those, 6 days. You got to sit here. You don't know your fate, right? And you got to sit and wait. And so it challenged me to take whatever. I think I took a day before we started coming up with graphics and getting out there and trying to campaign, which was, it's a move. And I talked to one of my good friends at Columbia, Meg Griffin, and she was like, look, man, you might campaign and it might be for next year. Like they might not let you in or see you for what you are, but if you're consistent with it, maybe next year it benefits you. So we did, man. We tried to get in front of people. And we were disappointed again. I mean, that was a tough watch party. It really was. And I thought we were on the outside in the whole time, which is okay, right? And I think we had a good experience at the WBIT. The Marquette win was big for us. So you got to make the best of it. But no, it's much better now, right? Like right now, I got my hands behind my head right here. I've been been doing nothing but talking on the phone. Recruits, coaches, man, get to work. Make sure people know what we're doing and what we just did. Because that's what it's got to be, right? You don't want this in secret. You got to get this out. So it's been nice. During the season, I'm not very good getting on the phone with recruits and coaches just as much because we're so focused about making sure we're prepared for Troy or whatever, right? So it's been it's like a good touch base. I talked to, our committed kid, Maddie Leach, who's got a state championship game tonight. I talked to her last night. And so it's been a minute. So all those things are really, it allows me to do all those things. But man, it's such a different vibe.
I can only imagine.
It's such a different vibe. It's such a better vibe. So yeah, it's what a difference a year makes.
So I want to turn attention a little bit to what happened down in Pensacola, specifically Peyton McDaniel. She's gotten the nickname Pensacola P. Crunching some numbers, right? 19.6 points per game. She's had 8 games with 20 or more points. She's had 4 double-doubles in her Pensacola career. She's a baller down there. What is it about Pensacola that has Peyton go off in those environments?
I mean, just the fact she's played 8 games down there, right? I mean, let's just start with that. And I know she's played 11, but man, just that, man, she's incredible. You talk about an incredible human being first, but an incredible player, man. And my son's 16 years old. His name's Liam. He is very, very into this. And we were talking the day before the championship, and he said, I just think Peyton and Ashanti aren't going to let us lose. And he was exactly right. There was a look in Peyton's eye and Ashanti's eye that it was determination. It was like she wasn't scared. She wasn't nervous. It was like, this is mine. I'm going to take this. Come with me. And that's whether she scores the points or not, that's the mentality you got to have. Now, when you're scoring and you can carry us, I mean, she put an 8-0 run on Troy when I was watching it yesterday. It gave me goosebumps. It's just like she's such an incredible player, man. And I would have been really, really sick to my stomach if her career was going to end with not winning Player of the Year and not winning a championship. Like, that's a tough one for me. So I can deal with the not winning Player of the Year, fine with me, because she's going to get her flowers here, and we're going to play in the NCAA tournament, which is what the whole goal is. And she would trade it in a heartbeat. She said she would trade last year. She'd trade that Player of the Year trophy in a heartbeat to go play in the NCAA tournament and be on that stage. And so, she did an absolutely incredible job leading us there.
What'd you learn about your team in this Sun Belt title run that you can use for the NCAA tournament?
Well, I think the power of our defense was on full display. And, you're talking Troy averages 83 points a game. They lead the country in rebounding for the 8th straight year, by the way. And we out-rebounded Troy, and we held them in the 50s. And 52, for that matter, right? So that, to me, shows just how powerful we are when we're all bought into that. And I'm talking everybody. I'm not just talking players. I'm talking coaches. Like, our staff did an unbelievable job with game plans throughout those 3 days. We left nothing to chance. And the players executed it. I mean, we put in I think a really high-level ball screen defense right before Georgia Southern. And we did a walkthrough the night before the game, and I was nervous. I was like, I don't know if they got it. And we woke up Sunday morning, did the walkthrough again, showed them some clips. Coach Razor did that. And then it was like, yeah, I think they got it. And we executed it. I mean, unbelievable execution of it. So that's what I think I learned is that, yeah, I knew we were good. I knew this team has always been good. But the level of kind of defensive execution was, to me, off the charts. And that's something that was almost unlocking another level I didn't know existed. You hope existed, but I just didn't know it existed.
Coach O, JMU women's basketball head coach, joining us this Friday morning. Coach, what was going through your mind then? If you go to bed thinking, I don't know if they got this defense, you wake up, you go through another walkthrough, and then you're like, you know what? Let's try it in game. That must be a new level of faith that you have in this squad.
Well, yeah, right. And I knew it would work if we could do it. And we were prepared, right? We were prepared for like the action plan of it's hit the fan. We got to bail. We got to do this, right? And so no, I've done that a couple times before. The year we won it in 23, we had played Marshall as our first round game. We played Marshall two different ways. One way was just straight up. The other way, we forced everybody to their offhand, these two guards. And I went to bed really not knowing what we should do. And woke up, I got clarity. We're going to play up straight up. And we held them to 43 points that day. So, like, I don't know. I think sometimes the night is good. You really, really, like, let it like, sink in the plan. And that's what it is. It's listen, 1 through 13 doesn't have to know and be able to execute the plan, but 1 through 8 does, So, like, that's kind of what calmed me. It's like, I think, like, it's a discussion with Peyton. It's like, do you understand? Yes. Okay. Do you think we can get this? Yes. Right. And so, like, that's what that's what I've got with her. That's the relationship we've got. And Barnes is the same way. Bree Robinson, Zakai Stevenson, they're all the same. Now, Grace and Delilah, God bless them, they're freshmen. I'm not necessarily asking their opinion just yet, but down the line we will. Because I think that's a huge part of coaching is asking your players, are they comfortable? And because they got to be comfortable. They're the ones executing it. So Peyton certainly helps me make that decision.
I love it. What's Sunday gonna look like for you guys as you wait out to see where you land?
Yeah, so we're gonna do a selection show at the AUBC, 8:00. I think doors open 7:30. We'll have some like snacks and stuff. But man, it's just so much joy. It's just so much joy, right? You're gonna be packed in. You're gonna be watching TV, and I don't even mind waiting. Like I don't want to be announced right away. Man, let's wait. Let's get some anticipation. Let's be in like the 30 minutes of the show. That'd be great. But no, man, it's just excitement. It's excitement and it's joy. And again, I'm hopefully I'll be able to do this again. Players, man, you get like one shot. You get 4 years to do this, right? And so, thank God Peyton gets to do this twice, but this will be the first time for Ashanti Barnes. This will be, we had some other kids like Sakaya. She went to the tournament with Ole Miss. Bree McLeod went to the tournament with Colorado. So some of these kids have experienced it, but I think in much lesser roles. So I'm just really happy they get to go through this.
And not to have you now look ahead past Sunday, but real quick, I do have to ask, what will it take for you guys to bring home an NCAA tournament win? The first it would be since 2014. What will it take for you guys to get a win in the NCAA tournament or two and find yourself into the second weekend?
Man, that's when you do this, right, you got to have a goal, you got to have a dream. That's one of my goals is be a Sweet 16 team. So for us, what we've got to do for that, probably get a good matchup. I think that's a part of it. But I'll just be us, man, and not be, kind of the same mentality of the whole thing in the sense of, no, I'm not scared of anything or anybody, nothing. And that's kind of the mentality we brought down there to Pensacola. That's what it's got to be. And so, us, what is us, right? Us is, man, be really stingy defensively, dominate the glass. And again, a 1 point out rebounding Troy by 1 to me is like, maybe we won that war. And then, run. And that's our slogan, defend, rebound, run. And the running part is playing free, but we are much, much better when we have a high level of assists. And we did that over the weekend too, down in Pensacola, just sharing the ball. And it doesn't matter who gets the credit. That's the next right play. So that's what I think. I think we've got to be able to do that. And of course you got to be tough. If you're not tough, man, so these are the best 68 teams in the country. And so if you're not tough, you'll get exposed. And so, I thought when we did this a couple of years ago, I thought we really put it on Ohio State. But again, home game, we got the lead at the half, it's like, but it's a home game. And so if there's anything I'm hopeful for, it would be getting a win, the neutral floor. And the year we won it, 2014, we played Gonzaga on a neutral floor. It was at Texas A&M. And so we were at 11, they were 6. And it was great. I remember it for the rest of my life. And then we were able to have at least some positive momentum moving forward when we played Texas A&M. And we gave them a good run. It was Nikki Newman blocked a shot and reacted to the whistle. They called a foul, and so she got a foul and a technical foul. I thought that was a big turning point in the game. But that's right. That's the home court advantage type stuff. So it's going to take some toughness to get out of there with 2 wins, let alone 1 win.
Coach, I love the memory, remembering exactly what the turning point was on a quick double whistle, maybe a quick whistle, maybe a home court cooking whistle type of thing.
We were up 6, man. We were up 6. It's a one-on-one break. The kid, she tries to block the shot. They foul. I think she actually made the shot. It's a basket good, right? Extra foul, plus 2 free throws and the ball. Woo.
Yeah, that's a pretty big swing, huh? That'll stick out in your mind. But Coach, appreciate your time. Have a great time on Sunday, and good luck in the NCAA tournament. We can't wait to follow along.
Yeah, man. Fitz, thanks for having me, man.
Really appreciate Coach for taking some time out of what he describes as maybe a little bit more of a chill week as the Dukes await Selection Sunday. Women's basketball, they took down Troy 69-52 in the Sun Belt Championship, punching their ticket to the NCAA tournament. They'll learn their first round opponent on Sunday, Selection Sunday. They're looking for their first NCAA tournament win since 2014. Really appreciate Coach Sean O'Regan for taking some time out of his day to chat with us about JMU women's basketball. We look forward to seeing where they land. All right, we're going to get a quick break in here. Step aside. Be back with more Fitz the Bill right here on 106.1 ESPN Richmond.